this is Jundi. Today's video I'll be showing you how to download and use tones for backgrounds. For this video I'm going to start off with a sketch, and as I paint I'm going to explain my process and what I did. First thing that I'm going to do is to create a new layer. Then I'm going to go to the chat looking icon on the top left and click on it. A pop-up screen should appear. As you can see, I've saved some tones already, but if you have none, you just go to the cloud icon to download the tones that you want. There are a lot and variety of them that you can use as a guidance for backgrounds or use it for your comics. The ones that I'm going to use is this one that I saved up already, and if you want to use this one, just type the name into the search box. Now I'm just going to click paste onto canvas. I'm going to adjust the size a little bit before clicking OK. To fill in the other side, I created a new layer and then paste the same tone onto the canvas. I resize and drag it onto the right side. After that, I erased the part where it overlapped the old one, using a soft eraser which you can download from cloud. After I'm done erasing, I merged the tone layers together. Starting with the background, I'm going to add in a new layer below the sketch and the tone layers so that the colors will appear behind them instead of over them. Switching to the airbrush, I'm going to select a cool and warm color for the background. After I'm done applying the base colors, I'm going to add in a new layer, set the blending to add. Then I'm going to scroll to find the fluffy watercolor brush. It's another cloud brush that you can download from MediBang. Then I picked a reddish orangey tone and apply that to the area where I want it to pop out or glow. Once that is done, I'm going to add in another layer and set it above the sketch and the tone layer. This one will be focusing on adding a white reflection onto the water. I'm going to use the watercolor and apply a white color onto the negative area of the tone. If it helps, I also suggest to look at references of water reflection onto lake or pond. It helps gives you insight of how to paint light reflection onto water. I'm going to speed this part up because it took me a while, and as you can see, the part where it gets darker, I changed the light color to orange and then to purple once I start painting near the shadow areas. After that, I added a new layer below the sketch layer. I set the blending to add, and with a warm color, I'm going to apply that onto the water to make it less dark. There is a lot of layers used in the making of art, but I usually merge the normal layers together after I'm done cleaning or detailing. Once the background is done, I'm going to lower the opacity of the sketch to make it less bold. I added a new layer to apply the base color for the skin using the watercolor brush. Then I switched to a lighter color and apply that to the top of the skin, but keep the bottom part dark. I did the same thing with the hair and the clothing. I felt that her neck was too long, so I adjust by selecting it and then click Ctrl T on the keyboard to transform, and then I just dragged it to make the neck look less long. So after I'm done applying the base colors of the skin, I switch to the airbrush to paint soft shadows onto the face. Also note that I'm detailing the skin in a separate clipping layers from the base layers. This is so the details will just be locked inside the base layer of the skin. Now I'm going to start detailing the male's face by using the watercolor and the airbrush. So first I would detail and add blocks of colors with the watercolor brush. Then I switch to the airbrush and use the eyedropper to capture the colors that I applied previously with the watercolor brush. I would go over the area with the airbrush to soften it and smooth it out. For the hair, I applied the darker shade onto the top and bottom, leaving the center lighter. Then I would lower the size of the watercolor brush and capture the colors using the eyedropper, and with that color, I start drawing hair strands with it. I did the same thing with the outfits by redefining it with watercolor brush and the airbrush. The cleaning and detailing part is a very long process, so I'm going to speed this part up. For the glowy effect, I created a new layer and set the blending to add. I picked a pinkish color and applied that around the character with the airbrush. And then I switched to the watercolor brush to paint hair strands. After I'm done painting the hair strands, I switched to the smudge brush, and then I would smudge some parts of the hair to create movement effect, as if the wind is blowing through the hair. Oh yeah, I also smudged the tone layer because if you zoom in, it appears really grainy and that doesn't look good. So I smudged it out to make it look smooth. I was being a little bit too picky with the lighting effect, so I added more light beneath the character's face. But anyways, that's all for now. I hope that this video was helpful and that you've learned something from it.